Hi, folks. My name's Tirza Watts. I'm the Director of Student Life and Campus Community at CU Denver. Welcome to an Encourage the Heart interview, interviews to inspire you. This new series will introduce different students on campus. Today, we're interviewing a graduate student, and we're going to learn a little bit about what encourages her heart. Before we jump into that, though, I want to tell you a little bit about why our office has a campaign called Cultivate What Matters. That's because we believe the best things in life are cultivated little by little. You have to take the time to reflect and think about things. We come to work every day focused on the mission of encouraging and equipping you as students to cultivate what matters right where you're at that time. Because at the end of the day, this really isn't about us at all. It's really about you, your story, your hopes, your goals, and what fires you up at this moment in time. And we can't wait to cheer you on in this journey of cultivating what matters in your own life, right where you are right now. So I'd like to introduce our guest today. Natasha, would you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're studying at CU Denver?
Sure. So I'm Natasha. I am currently in my second year of grad school at CU Denver. I am in the School of Public Affairs, getting my degree in public administration, and I'm concentrating in nonprofit management.
Awesome. So we have 7 questions that we'd like to ask you, and so let's jump into it. So the first question is, what's important to you right now?
I think right now, with everything that's going on, I think my overall health is what's important to me. So mental, emotional, physical health, and making sure that I'm mindful of taking the time that I need to make sure that I'm doing okay in all of those aspects.
That's real. Thank you. So our second question is, what's making you laugh right now?
So a part of being able to work from home, my roommate has the most adorable dog. Her name is Belle, and she's just this adorable, chunky pit bull. And she sleeps all day, but she has these dreams in her sleep, and she'll bark and she'll do all the dreams. And I get a kick out of it watching her because she also snores very loudly, and it's so fun to be around her.
I have thoroughly enjoyed having my kitties around me. I understand that. So tell us a story about someone who has encouraged you in your past.
Yeah. So the first person that comes to mind is my best friend, Jordan. In undergrad, I played softball and I was a pitcher and Jordan was my catcher. So immediately we had this bond. And if I had a bad game, pitched a bad inning, Jordan knew that we had a different way of communicating, that some pitchers preferred to just for their catcher to really rear into them. But Jordan would give me her hand and we'd give each other hand squeezes. So that was our way of communicating and saying things we had to without using words. So now that we're both retired athletes outside of the game, every time we see each other or if we're just talking and going through a hard time, we always say, I'm sending you a hand squeeze.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you could call Jordan right now, what would you say to Jordan?
I would tell her that I could use a hand squeeze, and that I miss her, I love her, and she's changing the world, and I'm so proud of her.
That's awesome. Thank you. So what have you learned about yourself in the last month?
The last month, I have learned that I'm not as organized as I thought I was.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I think it's just adapting to our new normal. It's easy in the office. You have your routine. You kind of know what everything has a place and kind of there's a rhythm of your day. Here, if the dog sneezes or walks or something, you're like, oh, hello there. Or it's really about finding just that rhythm of working from home, having a schedule, setting a schedule for yourself, and having goals of things you want to achieve. I think from the beginning I had a lot more goals, but now I'm kind of giving myself a little bit more grace with adjusting to where we are right now.
Yeah, I think all of us need to give ourselves some grace and time to just take a deep breath and realize that we will find a new normal and a new routine, and soon enough we'll be back on campus together. Yeah. So our next question is, what encouragement would you give to someone who is struggling during this time?
I would say, similar to what we just said, giving yourself grace to feel everything that's going on. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to be happy. So just meeting yourself where you're at, wherever that may be, is totally okay. And if someone you're very close to, if a friend of yours is in a completely different mental space than where you're at, that's okay too. Just knowing that acknowledging where you are and meeting yourself there is the best way you're going to move forward.
Awesome. So, often in student life, when we do programs with teams and groups, we like to end our programs and events with one word. So think of a word of what you're feeling right now or what you're thinking. What would your one word be about today?
Ooh, one word. So it's kind of a long answer for me. I think my word for a while has been like anxiety. That's been what I've been feeling.
Yeah.
And there is this nonprofit that has really helped me in a lot of ways. It's called To Write Love on Her Arms. It's a nonprofit dedicated to helping people who experience anxiety, depression, addiction, all of those things. And it's like that nonprofit is really near and dear to my heart. And the founder wrote a book that I love and I've read multiple times. It's actually sitting right next to me. It's called If You Feel Too Much,
Okay.
Which is like good in this time. So I've been going through those collections of short stories of times where this author felt a lot, whether that was extreme joy or extreme sadness, and just kind of reading those stories. But at the end of each short story, there's kind of this glimmer of hope. So I think my word is slowly changing to hope. Keyword is slowly because there's just this adjustment period, but I'm really trying to change my mindset to this feeling of hope for this world and where we can go.
Yeah. Thank you for being really transparent and sharing that word. I think there's a lot of people that are feeling anxious right now, and hopefully you've encouraged somebody by being transparent about that and also sharing that resource and about that nonprofit. I really appreciate you sharing that.
Of course.
So that kind of ends our episode. And so we hope that you've been a little bit encouraged by learning more about Natasha and her walk-in journey. We want to thank you for joining us today. And we also want to encourage you to like our YouTube channel, which is CU Denver Student Life. So subscribe in that little red button on our YouTube channel, and look for more of these episodes coming up in the future.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.